Today, we're peeling back the layers of some of the most famous campfire legends to uncover the dark secrets that will definitely keep you awake tonight. Let's start with a classic, the Hookman. You've heard it, right? A young couple is parked on a lover's lane when a news report crackles over the radio about an escaped killer with a hook for a hand. The girl gets spooked, they drive away, and when they get home, they find a bloody hook dangling from the car door handle. It's a chilling tale, a perfect jump scare. But the origins of this story are far more telling than you might think. This legend first became popular in post-World War II America. Think about it, a time of burgeoning youth culture, the rise of the automobile, and a whole lot of parental anxiety about what teenagers were doing when they were out alone. The Hookman wasn't just a monster, he was a symbol. He was the physical manifestation of the dangers of teenage rebellion and premarital intimacy. The story served as a cautionary tale, a way for society to subconsciously police the morality of its youth. The real fear wasn't a man with a hook. It was the fear of what could happen when young people broke the rules. The dark secret here is social control, disguised as a scary story told around the flickering flames. Next, let us journey into the deep woods to meet a creature that has haunted the North American wilderness for centuries, the Wendigo. According to Algonquin folklore, the Wendigo is a malevolent spirit, a gaunt, skeletal monster with a ravenous appetite for human flesh. The story goes that a person can become a Wendigo through acts of greed, or worse, by resorting to cannibalism to survive a harsh winter. It's terrifying stuff, the kind of story that makes you think twice about that rustling in the bushes. But the Wendigo legend is more than just a boogeyman. It's a powerful cultural lesson about survival and community. For the indigenous peoples living in harsh, unforgiving climates, the temptation to hoard resources or turn on one another during times of famine was a very real threat. The Wendigo story was a stark warning against selfishness and greed. It taught that giving in to your basest, most desperate instincts would transform you into a literal monster, forever outcast from your community. The legend reinforces the importance of cooperation, sharing, and maintaining one's humanity even in the face of starvation. The dark secret of the Wendigo isn't just about a monster. It's about the monster we can all become when we lose our compassion. Now, let's talk about the story of the vanishing hitchhiker. You know this one. A driver picks up a lone hitchhiker on a dark road, often near a cemetery or the site of a tragic accident. They have a pleasant conversation, and the driver drops them off at their destination. Later, the driver realizes the hitchhiker left something behind: a jacket, maybe a scarf. When they go back to return it, they retold by the residents of the house that the person they described died years ago in a car crash on that very road. Goosebumps, right? This ghost story is one of the most widespread and adaptable legends in the world, with variations in countless cultures. Its secret lies in our collective grief and our struggle to process loss. The vanishing hitchhiker is often a benevolent spirit, simply trying to get home or warn others of a dangerous stretch of road. The story provides a strange sort of comfort. It suggests that our loved ones aren't truly gone, that their spirits might still linger, one last time. It's a way of dealing with the finality of death, especially sudden, tragic death. The story allows us to imagine a world where goodbyes aren't always forever. The darkness here is tinged with sadness and a deep-seated human desire for one last conversation, one final moment with those we've lost. Okay, let's move from the road to the phone with the legend of the babysitter and the man upstairs. A teenage girl is babysitting for the night. She keeps getting disturbing phone calls from a man who just breathes heavily or whispers, "Have you checked the children?" She calls the police, who trace the calls. The operator calls back in a panic and screams, "The calls are coming from inside the house." The babysitter is saved, but the children are not. This urban legend became incredibly popular in the 1960s and 70s, and it preys on one of our most primal fears, the invasion of a safe space. The home is supposed to be our sanctuary, the one place we are protected from the dangers of the outside world. This story shatters that illusion. The threat isn't outside, it's already in. The dark secret behind this legend is the anxiety that came with changing social structures. More women were entering the workforce, leaving their children with teenage babysitters. The story reflects a deep-seated societal fear about the vulnerability of children and the trustworthiness of those we leave them with. It's a terrifying thought experiment. What if the call for help is coming from a place you thought was secure? It's a reminder that true horror often comes not from a monster in the woods, but from the violation of our personal sense of safety. Finally, we can't talk about campfire legends without mentioning Bloody Mary. The ritual is simple and known by kids everywhere. Go into a dark bathroom, light a candle, look into the mirror, and chant her name. Some say 3 times, some say 13. Do it, and her ghostly, often disfigured face will appear in the mirror, ready to scream at you, scratch you, or worse, pull you into the mirror with her. It's a rite of passage for brave or foolish sleepover attendees. But who is Mary? The origins are murky. Some link her to Queen Mary I of England, known as Bloody Mary, for her brutal persecution of Protestants. Others connect her to Mary Worth, a supposed witch executed centuries ago. But the real secret of the legend might be psychological. The ritual is usually performed by adolescence, a time of immense physical and emotional change. Staring into a mirror in a dimly lit room is a confrontation with the self. The fear of a ghost appearing is also a fear of the changing reflection looking back at you. It's a controlled way to face fears about identity, growing up, and the unknown. The legend is a psychological playground, a way for young people to test their bravery and flirt with the supernatural in a safe, controlled environment. The darkness of Bloody Mary is the darkness of our own subconscious, reflected back at us in the glass. So, the next time you're huddled around a campfire, listening to a spooky tale, remember that these stories are more than just entertainment. They are echoes of our history, our anxieties, and our deepest human truths. They are cautionary tales, moral lessons, and ways of processing the world around us, all wrapped up in a thrilling, heart-pounding package. The real monsters aren't always the ones with hooks or sharp teeth. Sometimes they're the fears we all share, given a name and a story to be told in the dark. Thanks for joining me by the virtual campfire tonight. If you enjoyed uncovering these dark secrets, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that haunt us. Stay curious, stay safe, and maybe sleep with a light on tonight. See you in the next one.